Welcome back here for tonight's final game in the Tacoma Dome on the championship court. And it's the 2024 WIAA Hardwood Classic, brought to you by GISA and powered by Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. It said we talk about these two games, and we'll start off with Kentwood. So last night in the matchup between them and Olympia, Corey Tita really ran the offense, things ran through him for that matchup. But Blake Stipniak hit 4 threes in the second half, ending with 14 points. And they were down. They were trailing to Olympia. It looked like Olympia was going to come away with that one, and Stipniak showed up when it mattered most. It's like we saw that just about, 20 minutes ago?
Right. We just saw the same thing with Glacier Peak.
And now for the Bombers, they have Josh Woodard, the senior guard, who's their offensive guy, who handles the ball and really runs their offense. But down low, Luke Westerfield, the 6'10 senior forward. And when I was looking at this matchup, I was most interested with that and who Kentwood was going to put on it. On their bench, they have 6'7 junior center Tyler Maurer. But if I remember correctly, he didn't get too much playing time in the matchup yesterday, so we'll see what happens there. Because honestly, if Luke Westerfield's untouched down low, that's what we've seen teams in the WIAA Hardwood Classic dominate by doing.
Looking at these two teams, all I can think about is a 4-letter word. That 4-letter word, size. Only one player on each team under 6 foot tall. That is ridiculous. There's going to be a battle on this floor. These two teams have just huge basketball players. Richland tops out at 6'10". Kentwood's highest height is 6'7", and they've got everything in between. Shortest player for Kentwood is 5'9". Kentwood actually has 2 players under 6 foot tall. Richland just one at 5'11".
And if you look at the starters alone, Corey Tita, 6'3", or this is for Kentwood, Tita 6'3", Togle 6'1", Stipniak 6'4", St. Louis 6'3", and Simmons 6'1". For the Bombers, 6'4" Northrop, 6'6" Horntvedt, 6'4" Forbes, 6 foot Woodard, and a 6'10" Westerfield. As you said, size is what it will come down to between this matchup. I'm going to point this out coming into this game. Stipniak for Kentwood and Horntvedt for Richland look weirdly similar, and they have a very similar play style as well. Announcing that game last night, I noticed that. So we'll see if that's the matchup they get put on. We'll see what happens. Another guy who played really well for Kentwood last night was Brandon Togle. He's the floor manager, brings it up. When Tita doesn't, he's the one who brings it up.
And only a sophomore.
And only a sophomore, exactly. And he's a really confident shooter. And if the Bombers want to stop the Kentwood Conquerors shooting, they got to make sure to have a hand in their face every single shot.
Richland had a stretch where they won 11 in a row this season. Kentwood has won 7 in a row for their high water mark. Something has to give here tonight.
Now, if you look earlier in the season, Kentwood lost twice to Tacoma, or 3 times to Tacoma, in Richland playing Tacoma last weekend, getting the win. So it's about the only matchup they have in common, and Richland won, and Kentwood has lost 3 times to Tacoma. So, like you said, we'll see what happens here as tip-off is almost underway in the final game of the night at a 9 p.m. tip-off that's a little bit delayed due to some overtime in that last game.
Only game number 16 of the day.
16 of the day.
8 on the court for the boys. 8 on the other side of the curtain on the girls' court.
And they've almost all been exciting.
These games have been so competitive the last 2 days. Lots of upsets, Lots of really close games that come down to the wire. It's exciting.
Richland High, their highest output of the season. Unbelievable. They scored 99 earlier this season against Chiawana.
And it's the Bombers on offense. It'll be Horntvedt looking inside to Westerfield. They'll kick back out to Forbes. Now Westerfield from the mid-range, no good, but Horntvedt will get the putback. Now it's Kentwood's first time with the ball. And it's Tagle. He'll go left, get a screen, drive baseline. Ball got poked out of bounds, and it'll still be the Conquerors' ball.
Good hands by Woodard, poking that ball away.
Inbounding for the Conquerors, it'll be St. Louis. Into Tagle. Had him open down low, but didn't see it. Horntvedt on Stempniak. Stempniak from the key. That's good. Woodard on the other end. He'll swing it over to Northrop. Inside, they didn't like their look for Westerfield. This time, Forbes from about 15 is good.
Tough shot. Someone in his face, too.
Looks like we could have a high shooting percentage and high scoring possibly.
Unlike a lot of other games here in the Tacoma Dome today.
Especially the last one.
Tita, ball got poked away. Tagle will get a screen, guarded by Westerfield, and they'll switch back. Woodard able to get a hand on it, but out of bounds. Still Conqueror ball. 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Richland is just flying around on defense, doing a really good job.
Stempniak with a quick three, and he needed to get one off, but Kentwood gets their own rebound. They'll keep their possession alive in the corner, and they'll swing it around. St. Louis open from three, no good. Horntvedt will bring it down. Woodard will push the floor, and they'll slow it down and set the offense up. Northrop driving, contact, and it will be a late foul called. He'll be going to the line trying for two.
Very late foul. Stempniak called for the foul, his first.
First one no good by Northrop. Second one falls. Richland out to a 5-2 lead here 2 minutes into this first quarter. Tagle over to St. Louis, stolen by Northrop. It's a 1-on-3. He'll get it. Neon shoes running down the court.
Yeah, great elevation there.
Steal by Woodard, but he bounced it out of bounds. Inbounding, it's Simmons. Out stolen, out of bounds. They'll say it's off Forbes that time. Bombers in this full court press. 2 tips, but neither have gone their way.
Up 5 early is Richland. See if Kentwood can answer.
Tagle guarded by Woodard. Tita. Fadeaway, rattles around and goes out.
Good look, just didn't fall.
Northrop to Westerfield. They'll keep Westerfield outside. Cutting, Westerfield brings it home. Left him wide open. It's 30-second timeout. Michelle, what do you got here in the first couple minutes of the game?
Woo, well, I like that dunk. That was pretty.
Style points?
Yeah, style points for sure. That was a 10. Definitely fast-paced game. We're back and forth a lot. Hopefully both teams can handle that pace the entirety of this first half. And both teams' shots are falling. I mean, this is going to be a great game.
We'll see what Kentwood can do. Still struggling a little on the offensive end.
On the field goal range, yep.
And they're getting shots up, just not getting them to drop.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Stempniak to try and start that offense. Tagle, guarded by Woodard. They'll take it to the right side. Go back left. Stempniak it is. From 3, no good.
Good form, good rotation, just didn't go down.
Westerfield back to the hoop, now gets it out to Woodard. He'll drive left to Westerfield. Footwork around the rim and found it.
Hard to stop at 6'10".
He's got a little speed to him, too. He's not a slow, lanky 6'10".
Tagle over the top of Westerfield and got it to go.
His first 2 of the night.
Forbes. Woodard over to Horntvedt. He'll get a screen from Westerfield. He'll pull up from mid-range, and that drops as well. For the Bombers' first game here in the Dome, they are shooting better than most teams have on that open-air background.
They sure are. Everything's going in for them.
Inside, wide open, Simmons. Great find there by Tita. Westerfield, deep 2, and that doesn't fall. A heat check kind of for that whole Bomber team. St. Louis inside, guarded by Northrop. They'll kick out to Simmons. Simmons over the top of Westerfield and barely off mark.
Westerfield almost got a finger on that.
Yeah, he's got length, that's for sure.
Woodard inside. He got it over the front rim.
Woodard's first bucket of the game.
And Tagle will bring it up slowly, and they'll set the offense up. Down low, blocked by Westerfield. And second attempt, St. Louis able to get it to fall.
Great job by St. Louis to stay with it there and get his own rebound and put it up on as a reverse.
Not be intimidated by Westerfield.
Horntvedt from 3, and he found the bottom of the nylon.
They can't miss. They're on fire, Richland.
10-point game here, 5 minutes in. Tagle from 3, and that goes. We'll see if that's the spark they needed.
That was deep.
Shooting improving for Kentwood. They struggled early.
Baseline, it's Woodard. Well, there'll be some substitutions for the Bombers. Sylen Kiesel-Kauhane, as well as Jackson Woodard. Jackson Woodard, the little brother of Josh Woodard. He's only a freshman. Now Northrop, pump fake from 3, step back, didn't like it. Kiesel-Kauhane out to Forbes. He'll drive to the hoop, no good, and the Conquerors will come down with the rebound. They'll push the floor with Simmons. St. Louis trap, gets it out to Tita. He'll drive, wide open lane. Well, was wide open because he created it and got it to fall.
Probably a little more confidence in attacking the lane without Westerfield in there.
On Northrop, drives left, kicks to the corner. Woodard goes right, deep 2, that's good.
Ooh, I love the arc on that.
And they had a hand in his face, and he got it right over the top.
Scoring up and down the lineup for both teams.
Tagle driving left, off the glass, fouled on his way up, and he's going to line, trying for 2.
Landen Northrop hit with the foul. Northrop has 2 fouls.
Tagle can't get the first.
Correction, Northrop 1 foul.
Togle looking for the second one on the back end, and he will get it. Woodard back in the game, and now the Conquerors in a 3-2 zone. Northrop, he'll go left. Over to Daniels. They'll work it out around the arc, looking inside to Westerfield. Ball got tipped. It'll be a foul called. Interesting foul.
Yeah, I did not see a foul there. If anything, I would have called a kick ball because he kicked it with his back of his heel.
A really good poke there by Togle. 3, didn't like it. Down low to Forbes, alley-oop lay-in, and that goes.
Nice weak side bucket there by Richland. No weak side help defensively by Kentridge.
Togle.
Kentwood, sorry, excuse me.
Inside, blocked by Forbes off the glass.
Not who you would expect to be blocking.
Woodard baseline lay-in. That'll be St. Louis on the other end. Lost control of the ball, tries to keep it in bounds, but they'll say he stepped out.
Richland just firing on all cylinders right now. An incredible first quarter.
With a 10-point lead here, just about 30 seconds left. Woodard down low to Westerfield, couldn't quite grasp onto it.
Takes a pretty good effort to overthrow Westerfield.
I believe that's Stemniak, and he's playing really good defense down low on Westerfield. St. Louis, 13 on the clock. Gets it to Tita. Now it's Togle, the guy they're going to have him shoot the last shot.
5 seconds left.
He drives in the key, goes up, blocked by Horntvedt, and time will expire. After 1 quarter of play, it's 24-14. The Richland Bombers lead the Kentwood Conquerors. Welcome back to the 2024 WIAA Hardwood Classic. Here for the 4A boys portion of it, and the last game of the night. It's brought to you by Giesa Credit Union, powered by Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Sean, we saw something over the break that we usually don't see here.
Both teams shooting well, but Richland is shooting extremely well. They've only missed 3 shots. They're 11 of 14. That's 78.6%. Wow.
We haven't seen that at the Dome much at all.
Well, they've been here before. This is not new to them.
Over to Forbes. Forbes gets up and elevates.
6 on the night for Forbes.
Now it's Togle. He'll go over to Tita. Tita drives, right hand laying from the left side, and got it off the window. Woodard brings the ball up to a 3-2 zone. Kick ball violation, still Bomber ball.
Interesting to note that Richland, as good as they're shooting, they've only shot 1 3-pointer. But of course, they made it.
Now that came from Horntvedt. We'll see if he does it again. He'll give it to Woodard. Woodard with a hand in his face, no good. Westerfield will come down with the rebound and get his own putback, getting the lead to 12.
6 on the evening for Westerfield.
We have an official's timeout.
I don't know. Opposite side of the court, can't tell what they're saying.
I'm guessing it has something to do with shot clock. Yep, they changed it from 25 to 29 seconds.
Ide. Now St. Louis. Northrop was guarding him on the backside and he had a wide open look at the hoop.
4 points tonight for St. Louis.
3 guys on Woodard. Down low, Forbes tried to find Westerfield, but they'll say it's off the foot of Ide.
Simmons returns for Kentwood.
Over the top to Forbes, and that's in. That was Forbes. PA announcer said Woodard. He's the one inbounding it. Tagle.
He gets the assist.
He'll get the assist. Stempniak from deep. No good off the front iron. Now Tita from a deep 2 can't connect with that either. Woodard. He'll go down low to Forbes. Forbes had nobody guarding him.
Exactly right. No defender near him. Forbes in no man's land, just got lost by Kentwood.
It'll be a full timeout, and we'll be back here with the 2024 WIAA Hardwood Classic, brought to you by Giesa Credit Union. Welcome back here to the last game of the night on the championship court, and that's the Richland Bombers leading the Kentwood Conquerors 32-18. It's Tita who will bring it up for the Conquerors. Guarded by Forbes. It'll be Tagle. Shifty, but couldn't get past Woodard. Now Tita, he'll drive right. They'll switch, and Horntvedt's on him now. Baseline, they'll say he stepped out of bounds, and it's Bomber basketball.
Kentwood can't afford unforced errors. They're already down 14. They need to attempt to chip away at that, get it to a single-digit deficit by halftime.
I said it before, it's going to have to come through Stempniak because once he gets hot, he hardly misses. Or Tagle, he's a really good shooter as well. Down low to Westerfield. He's fouled on the attempt for the alley-oop land. He's going to the line for 2. Luke Westerfield, good for the first.
Shaquille O'Neal is jealous.
Westerfield's a southpaw guy, left-handed. Second one falls as well. Tagle met at half court. St. Louis in, blocked by Forbes. Goes up again. That time he is fouled.
Was wondering where the whistle was. It's a pretty clear foul.
I think on both of them. First one, it looked like he got his arm whacked as well.
Ide at the line.
Yeah, just rolls out.
We've seen a couple of those today, and usually the Tacoma Dome's ruthless, I'll tell you that.
Pretty stiff rims.
Second one's good. Woodard brings it across half court. Over to Westerfield. Now Woodard goes back down low to Westerfield. He'll work it around, turn around, shot. Rolls right over the front rim.
Nearly impossible to stop.
Yeah, Kentwood just doesn't have the answer for him at all underneath.
Very few teams do with that height.
Ide lost control, foot out of bounds, and it's back to Richland's possession.
If you're watching us on the NFHS network, we'll let you know that you might have missed the Washington State Cougars victorious 75-72 over USC. USC's final trip to Pullman, probably in a very long time.
Northrop over to Woodard. Now it's Forbes, he drives left. Baseline, shot is blocked, and they'll say Ide got a piece of his arm on the way up.
Jack Forbes, the 6'4" senior.
First one falls. Second one good as well. It'll be a timeout called, full timeout by the Bombers, and we'll be back here shortly. The Bombers lead 38-19 with 4 minutes 14 in the second quarter. Welcome back here to the 2024 WIAA Hardwood Classic, brought to you by Giesa Credit Union, powered by Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. The Bombers have shot phenomenal from the field, and they've been pretty locked down on the other side. Michelle?
Boy, Kentwood, I don't know how to help them on that defensive side. They just don't have an answer for Westerfield, and the only thing I can suggest is just getting him off the block.
You've got to double, but that leaves shooters open, so pick your poison.
Right. Unfortunately for them, Richland has both shooters and a big man.
St. Louis over to Tita. Tita will drive left. Ball's off his foot, out of bounds, Bomber ball.
And Kentwood just can't afford those errors, unforced errors there. They have to cherish every possession they have.
Woodard goes right to Westerfield. Now Forbes from 15, and that's good. Forbes here with 12 already.
Leading scorer of the game so far.
Simmons. Ball is tipped away by Woodard. Now it's Stempniak. Over to Togle. He'll drive baseline. Looking for something. Simmons wide open and brought it down. We'll see if that's the spark the Conquerors need to mount some sort of comeback. It's tipped by Stempniak, and now it's Togle going the other way. Stempniak from deep three, fouled, and he'll be going to the line trying for three.
At the end, it's a good result because he gets 3 free throws, but I just don't get stopping 3, 4, 5 feet behind the line.
And he was doing that last night in the game versus Olympia, but he was making those ones, and he didn't do that till he started making them. So if you're Coach Solomon for Kentwood, I mean, you got to let him shoot because shooters shoot. But at what point do you tell him to not let it fire, and you got to make sure to set up offense? Now the Bombers getting antsy there and thought it was only 2.
Interesting. Nobody from Kentwood on the block.
They're that confident with him. That makes sense. Went 3 for 3 from the line. Woodard looks to the corner and gets it to Northrop. Across the key to Forbes.
Was that a pass?
tried to go for the alley-oop, but hit the rim.
Depends if it went in or not.
Off the glass, just too much power. Tried to get over Westerfield. Woodard, pull up 3, no good. Woodard down low, off the glass, got his own putback.
6 on the night for Woodard.
From the corner, St. Louis, no good. Now Northrop over to Woodard. He'll get a screen from Westerfield. Looked like he wanted the 3, but didn't take it. Horntvedt from three-point land, and that's money. He's got both three-pointers.
It was a beautiful shot by him.
10 on the night.
Left Togle fouled on the ground before the shot. That'll be Woodard called for a reaching foul. They go over the top to Tagle. He'll go back inside to Tita. Tipped away by Woodard, but Tita will keep possession. Down low, Simmons to St. Louis. Tried to go up and under and fouled on his way up.
Kentwood is, they're doing all the right things, right? They're attacking the basket. They're trying to get the Bombers in foul trouble. They're stopping the clock and going to the line for free points, but they have to make these. I'm curious to see at half what their free throw percentage will be. They're not sinking a lot of these free throws.
Stempniak's been the only one, and he went 3 for 3 with his three-point shot that he got fouled on.
Jamerson in for Kentwood.
I think Kentwood's kind of just throwing anyone they can at Westerfield, see if someone can have the magic touch to stop him. Pass right out of bounds from Horntvedt.
Good pressure by Brandon Tagle there to force a bad pass.
Tagle goes left. Step back, deep two, fouled, and he's going to the line. It wasn't a three, but he can make it a three-point play.
Impressive step back bank shot.
The Conquerors have had a way better second half of this second quarter. The Bombers have kept their pace up as well. Three points converted from Tagle.
They're going to be on pace for the century mark come halftime. Incredible.
Westerfield has it out on the three line. Gets Woodard back door. Woodard fade away, no good. That was brought in by Jamerson. Left, it's Tagle. Westerfield almost got a finger on it. In and out, no good. Jamerson from the corner, didn't like his shot. Right through the hands of Simmons. And Forbes on the other end got it to go. Under 30 seconds here in this first half. Kentwood has one last shot to cut the lead by anything.
Down 19. A big mountain to climb in the second half for Kentwood.
He'll go right. They'll say it's all ball. It looked like he got contact. Now Forbes will get fouled.
With half a second left.
That's just an unnecessary foul for Kentwood. But that looked like a foul on the other side on a Tagle shot. Looking for something, but turned over. No shot. That was a good-looking three-quarters of the court shot. And after the first half of play, it's the Bombers 47, the Conquerors 28. And we'll be back here shortly with the John L. Scott Real Estate halftime show. Welcome back here for second half of play in the 2024 WIAA Hardwood Classic that's brought to you by Giesa Credit Union, powered by the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. We'll see what happens as the Bombers currently hold a 47-28 lead entering the second half.
Joshua Woodard of Richland getting set to inbound as halftime comes to an end right now.
Yeah, the buzzer just blew. And the Bombers will start with the ball. It's Northrop over on the wing. Now Horntvedt gets it off to Woodard. Woodard fires from three, no good. Coming down with the rebound, it's Horntvedt. They'll kick out to Westerfield. And Northrop now from three-point land. Can't connect either. Skip pass over to Northrop. Same shot, same result, no good. Forbes from inside. He finally got it to find the bottom of the net.
Breaking news, Richland shooting 25% in the third quarter, everybody.
Now it's Togley.
All in one possession.
Togley on the right side. Tipped away by Woodard. Now it's Forbes to Horntvedt inside. They find Westerfield. He goes up over the top of Stempniak and brought it home. Togley. He goes right. From three, Togley. He finds the bottom of the nylon. Now Forbes wide open from three. That left short. And Stempniak will come down with the rebound. Up to Tita. Fouled. Landen Northrop will be called for that one. Tita going to the line, trying for two.
Third on Northrop.
Left short by Tita.
Kentwood is just not executing on their free throw percentage at all. They're getting chances at the charity stripe.
Neither good from Tita. Like you said, it'll come down. It could come down to free throws and what team makes more. Horntvedt over to Woodard. He'll get it to Westerfield. Hand right it back off to Woodard. Goes left. He'll drive to the hoop. High floater, no good. Brought in by the Conquerors. Left, it's Togley. Driving, kicked out right in the hands of Forbes. Forbes off to the races. He'll go up and misses the dunk. On the ground, play will continue. Tita over the top of Northrop, can't get the lay-in to go. Now Woodard, and it's a timeout called by the Bombers. 30-second timeout. Now we talked about it at half. It's hard to keep a 71% shooting going for 4 quarters, and early into the third quarter we've seen that's
for
stayed
both
true.
teams. Yeah, both teams. They came out kind of flat, and I just saw Coach Streifert. He was talking to Jack Forbes and saying, look, we don't need to be cute. Just lay it in there.
Last game we saw Gonzaga Prep a couple of times. They could add a dunk, and they just went for the lane instead. Ended up not working out for him in the end. It's Woodard. He'll get it in Northrop. Woodard sets the offense up. Looking inside, and he gets it to Westerfield. Footwork, and worked his way down right under the hoop and got the easy lay-in off the glass.
14 on the night for Westerfield. And if you're Kentwood, I don't know why you don't start shooting threes.
Yeah, you got to. You got to shoot your way back, because guess what? Threes are more than twos.
You said Stempniak can drain them.
He can drain them.
Wow.
How'd that go in? Wow.
That got slapped by Forbes. I don't know if who you give the bucket to on that one. Woodard.
That's Forbes with an own goal.
Woodard guarded by Simmons. Inside to Westerfield. They'll go back to him. Across the key to Horntvedt. Great adjustment midair and got it to go. Togley. Togley from three, and they started shooting.
There we go.
Great looking shot. And
they heard Sean.
They heard him.
Love it when they listen to me.
And it will be a full timeout, I believe, called by the Kentwood Conquerors. We'll be back here shortly with third quarter play after the break. Welcome back here with 4 minutes and 21 seconds left here in the third quarter of the 2024 WIAA Hardwood Classic, brought to you by GISA Credit Union, powered by the Eli and NFHS Sports Network. Michelle Olson, Sean Wally, and myself, Max Schuster, here on tonight's call. It's a Bombers 55-36. We talked, Sean, you said it, the Conquerors need to start shooting that time, that trip down the court. Togle able to get a 3 to go.
That's what I would do. I mean, they've got a long way to go and a short time to do it, and Richland's not showing signs of slowing down.
Inside, that's tipped away. Tita the other way. He'll get it back to Stepniak. Baseline, he'll drive off the rim. No good. They got to capitalize on shot opportunities like that. Woodard goes left. Forbes baseline jumper, that's left short. Down low. Horntvedt, no. I mean, Kentwood was already running back, and Horntvedt was wide open for the lay-in.
Too easy sometimes for Richland here tonight, which is good for them.
Inside, Simmons looking to go up on Westerfield and goes up and under with an athletic play.
Simmons with 6 tonight.
Over to Forbes. Now Forbes drives inside, lay-in. That's good. Forbes is 16 so far. Or 18, I believe. It's 16 at the half. Mid-range shot by Tita, that's good, and they're starting to get shots to fall like they need. It's Woodard down low to Horntvedt. He'll get a hold of it and up and under. That's good. Man, Kentwood needs to do something to stop the Bombers on offense. The Bombers, I mean, they're still looking to stop Kentwood on the other end as well. Togle kicks out. St. Louis cuts back. Great move to find his way to the hoop. Scored on Northrop.
Trading baskets, not a good recipe for Kentwood. They're not going to get back in the game. Just trading baskets back and forth.
Woodard inside, lay-in, another one for the Bombers.
Pace of this game has just sped up tremendously, trading baskets like this.
Togle goes right and will get a screen from Simmons. Step back 3, no good, off the back iron. Togle, foot out of bounds. It'll be Conqueror basketball. Ball under the table.
He had to go dive on his stomach and find the ball. MVP in my book.
Jackson Woodard in for Josh Woodard, and Kiesel-Kauhane in for Westerfield for the Bombers. Forbes, he goes left. Jumper long on the attempt, and Woodard will come down with the rebound. Woodard double teamed. He'll bring it out top.
7 to shoot.
Inside Forbes. Forbes goes off the window.
That's 20 for Forbes.
Togle gets it off to St. Louis. Stolen by Daniels, but right back to the Conquerors.
Put me in, coach.
Good save, Sean. Saved our equipment.
Monitor was in danger.
Almost had another one right there. Ref stealing the spotlight. Now it's Daniels.
I've had it shined on me a time or two.
Horntvedt goes left. Back to Daniels up top. They'll swing it all the way around to Woodard. Down low. Horntvedt, he goes up top and got the lay-in. Assist from Woodard.
Lance and Jack battling each other for top scorer of the night.
Cross
nice
the key to Ide. Yeah, really good find by Togle. inside, Forbes. Down low to Horntvedt. Step around, and they'll call a travel. And just took too many steps. In the game now for the Bombers, it's Brayden Pratt, as well as Josh Woodard back in. Togle will bring it up the court. Under 30 to play, no shot clock. We'll see if the Conquerors are looking for one last shot. Interesting. They don't really need to waste time at all. They kind of got to score as many times as they can. Now Togle. Doubled up top. Now it's St. Louis. 4 on the clock. Down low. Simmons spin around shot. And that's a great way to end the third quarter. 67-46. The Bombers head into the fourth, leading the Conquerors. Welcome back here to the 2024 WIAA Hardwood Classic, brought to you by Giesa Credit Union, powered by Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Michelle Olson, Sean Wally, and myself, Max Schuster, here with 1 quarter left of the day. Isn't that weird? After 8 games on this court, 8 games on the other, 16 total. It's about to be a wrap for day 2.
Had overtime twice today. I don't think it'll happen a third time.
Don't jinx it there.
Richland only shooting 65% now for the game.
Lowered by 6%. Now it's Tita. He'll go right. Up and fouled by Woodard.
Good hard move.
Yeah,
there.
Really good take. Just foul called on Woodard. First good by Tita. Interesting strategy. Kentwood never really puts anyone in the box for free throws.
No.
And they don't even try for the rebound. They've done that from the get-go. Woodard looking inside, but it'll get over to Horntvedt. Down low to Westerfield. Westerfield baseline jumper. That's nothing but nylon. And that, you can see the crowd. That's 1,000 points for Luke Westerfield on his career at Richland High.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
From 3, good by St. Louis, and he answers back.
St. Louis with 10 on the evening.
Back to the corner, Northrop. Northrop from 3, no good. Off the hands of St. Louis, and it's still Bomber basketball. 19-point game. They've kept it almost 19 for the majority of this second half.
Trading basket's not going to get it done for Kentwood.
Into Westerfield. Kentwood out in a man defense. Haven't seen much of this today. Driving baseline, it's Northrop. Over the top, high arcing shot that falls. Now it's Simmons inside on Westerfield. Doesn't like his chances and kicks it out to Tita. Tita spinning around, fadeaway jumper, no good. Right in the hands of Ide, and he goes up, gets his rebound, and can't get the putback.
3 point-blank shots. Don't fall for Kentwood. It's been that kind of night.
Woodard. And Horntvedt, they keep passing it back and forth over there with 15 on the shot clock. They'll go inside to Forbes, and Forbes, nice little finger roll off the glass.
Forbes, the leading scorer tonight with 24.
Inside, ball is tipped, and just couldn't hold on to it. With Simmons out of bounds, it'll be going the other way. Now it's Woodard. Right goes Northrop. Across the key baseline is Horntvedt. They'll kick out to Woodard. Now Forbes will pick up a traveling call, and it'll be Conquerors ball. Tagle will get a screen. He goes right. Tagle goes over to Ide. Ide spinning around, kicks out. Tagle guarded by Horntvedt. Inside, Stempniak kicks out. From 3, no good, Tita. Tipped out of bounds, it'll still be Conquerors ball. Inbounding it, it's Tagle, you'll get it in Tita. Stempniak from 3, finally found the nylon. Might be too late, but we'll see what happens if he can keep it going.
First 3 of the night, he's 1 of 4.
Down low, Woodard. Woodard got the lay-in. Northrop on that pass and created the open shot for him. Tagle goes left to Stempniak. Kick out. Stempniak from 3 again. Can't go 2 for 2 on the last 2 attempts.
Max and Michelle, if I'm Kentwood head coach Blake Solomon, I'm using this last 4 minutes to work on something, to get some positive moving forward, because guess what? They're playing tomorrow.
And they're playing to stay alive for Saturday, not the championship, but for the trophy round.
Absolutely. And they've got another tough game against Gonzaga Prep.
I mean, it's not over yet, but if things don't change here really quick and something crazy happens, it will be very shortly.
I would give it about another minute, and then I would start. You don't have to completely clear your bench, but I would start giving some quality minutes to some of my other guys.
And I'd say that's for both sides. Now it's a full timeout, and we'll send you to break and be back here shortly with 3 minutes, 20 seconds left remaining in the 4th quarter. Welcome back to the 4th quarter here in the 2024 WIAA Hardwood Classic. Day 2 and the final game here on the championship court. It's brought to you by Giesa Credit Union, powered by Eli Sports and NFHS Networks. Now, at what time for both these teams do you start clearing the bench and putting your guys in?
Well, if I was Richland, I would have done it coming out of that timeout, honestly.
Yeah, and I'd say especially for Westerfield, big man, he's got to be getting tired in there.
Right.
It's the last thing you want to do up 22 and counting.
Forbes down low, another one.
Is get one of your stars injured with a championship run ahead of you.
Over to Ide. No kick out. Tita, no good. And now it's Horntvedt who will push the floor.
Looks like Kentwood is calling it. They're already clearing their bench.
4 subs coming in for them, and for the Bombers only 2. And they'll sub out. And 3, they'll add Jackson Woodard to that number. The guy we talked about early who was going to stop, most height on the team for Kentwood, Tyler Maurer, and Westerfield just checked out of the game. So tallest player on the court now is for Kentwood. First time that's happened all day. They'll get it to the corner. It's Hernandez. Tipped out of bounds. Still Conquerors ball.
And these could be valuable minutes for the end of your bench. You never know when they're going to be needed due to foul trouble, due to injuries. And getting their feet wet here at the Dome could come in handy down the road.
With most of this team being juniors too.
Nice pass.
Down low. Couldn't get a drop, but he'll get his own rebound as Maurer. They'll kick out from three-point land. That's good.
Awkward looking release, but nothing wrong with the results.
Huerta on that. Oh, man, that was money. He knew he was going to shoot it the second he got it, too. Scacco. Over to Daniels. Going left, it's Woodard. Daniels from three, good. Typically not a shooter, and he got it to go too. That's just kind of been the story of the game for the Bombers.
That they don't miss?
Ton holding on to it. Inside. Had him in the corner, but went up, and we'll get a foul called. Man, if I was Jamerson, I was kicking it. I'd kick it to Huerta.
Huerta was wide open.
Wide open.
He hit that three a moment ago, even with a interesting looking release.
And he knew he was going to shoot it the second he got it as well. No good by Jamerson. Second one falls. A minute and 34 seconds left. The Bombers lead 82-59. Inside to Davis. Ball's tipped out of bounds. Still Bomber ball.
It's always a fine line in these minutes. If you're one of these guys that doesn't get to play very often, it's like coaches telling you use the clock, but then you're wanting to get your points, right? You're just wanting to shoot so badly.
Show coach what you can do in a game.
And Davis just turns the ball over that time. Hernandez on the other end will go up and fouled hard by Daniels.
Wow.
Wow.
Richland student section. Not the nicest chant in the world. Nothing wrong with it, but made us chuckle.
A little harsh.
Chanting thanks for practice.
Pratt back in the game for Woodard.
To Kentwood and their fans.
Both fall. Now Daniels will bring it up the court. Over to Scacco. Gets a screen from Davis. Daniels down low to Davis. He'll go up. Foul's called, and he'll be going to the line.
Let's look ahead to tomorrow evening. Richland will advance and play Glacier Peak.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that game?
Well, we just announced that game before. The one thing I noticed about Glacier Peak is they don't really have the height. Similar to this Kentwood team, they don't have the height inside to match up against Westerfield, but we'll see what they can do.
Well, the one thing we can probably count on is Richland won't shoot this good again tomorrow. Chances are.
Correct.
Ton.
But they are stacked.
They are stacked.
Ton from three, no good. Another attempt, and he'll fire again from three. That time, leaves it short again. No shot clock. The Bombers, Scacco on the other end of the court will get it in.
Now on the other side, Kentwood will get another game against Gonzaga Prep. And point blank, Kentwood's going to have to shoot better from the field to have a shot in that one.
Right. But probably a little better matchup for them, I would say.
Now, time will expire here in the last game of the day. The Richland Bombers defeat the Kentwood Conquerors 84-60. We'll talk more about that in Alderson's postgame show coming up after this. Welcome back. 84-60 victory for the Richland Bombers. Now it's time to wrap the broadcast up with Alderson's awards. West post-game show for trophies, awards, T-shirts, and so much more. Go to aldersons.net for their full catalog. Now we'll see some replays going on here from the full game, but we'll get right into it. And for the Better Home and Gardens, Northwest taking it home, play of the game, or taking it to the house, play of the game. It's time to take it to the house with Northwest home team of Better Homes and Garden Realty. The Gillespie team from Summit Funding and Paul Ely of Country of Financial Insurance taking it to the house, play of the game. Sean, what do we got?
As you take a look at the Richland Bombers there, Lucas Westerfield setting the tone very early in the game. A huge two-hand slam on the left basket, and really, Richland was off and running.
Yeah, after that, it didn't seem, and that wasn't necessarily a field goal shot, but after that, it didn't seem as if they looked back ever. Sean, you got something to say?
Silver medal for the play of the game is the play for Richland, finishing the game 69% from the field. Just astonishing.
Yeah, 69% is absurd.
That is absurd. You hardly ever see that.
Anywhere, but especially here in the Tacoma Dome, where teams really haven't shot very well. I mean, earlier today we had a Garfield-O'Day game that was 10-6 halfway through the second quarter.
14-12 at half.
14-12 at half. That is absurd.
You see it on screen there. Great to see the Richland players over celebrating with some of the Richland students that made the long trip to Tacoma.
Now, we'll talk about the Thorbacks MVP. Michelle, you got this one, but it's time to name our game MVP in tonight's game, and it's brought to you by Thorbacks Wellness Center. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, and strongest together at Thorbacks.
My vote for MVP is Jack Forbes. He finished the game with 26 points, and he had a great stat line, 2 assists, only 1 turnover, 2 steals. Jack Forbes.
Yeah, Jack, and I don't know about you. I felt like it was a pretty quiet 20. It was a lot of just open lay-ins and able to work off ball to create his open shots, and that's what led to his 26 points tonight.
38 total buckets for Richland, just an incredible amount.
Now, we'll look at Kentwood just to wrap things up. We said it coming in. Blake Stipniak was going to have to really do it all on offense. He only scored 10 points, but Brandon Togle picked up with 15 points, followed by 9 points from Corey Tita. Just not quite enough. And 60 points isn't a bad number either, especially here in the tournament. We saw the last game go into overtime, and it was, I can't remember the final score, but 64-58, I believe, at one time in overtime. So that, competing with the rest of the teams,
for sure,
just fell to a really well-shooting Richland team here in tonight's matchup.
Kentwood ran into a buzzsaw. Richland will be back tomorrow. Both teams back tomorrow, but Richland in the winner's bracket as they put their stamp on the actual bracket just left of the court. See if they can shoot the lights out again tomorrow.
Anything else, Michelle?
No, fun game, and another shout out to 1,000 points.
Yeah, 1,000 points to Luke Westerfield, always fun to see. Also, a big shout out to the production crew behind the scenes, making it all possible all day, working some of them working all 8 games on one of the courts. So incredible work that they do behind the scenes. But that'll wrap it up, and that puts a wrap on this game. The final score 84-60, and we'll see you next time right here on Eli and NFHS Sports Network. And thank you for joining us. Michelle Olson, Sean Wally, and Max Schuster signing off. Have a good night.